Let's try that again. There is nothing quite as fun as recording 7 minutes worth of a video and then realizing that your microphone is not working, that it's not catching what you're saying. That's fantastic. Anyway, welcome back to Steveisms with Steven. I'm Steve. Today we're going to be going over the Vincent's Tale continuation. We're going to watch nights 1 and nights 2, and then what I'm going to do in a separate video probably is do night 3 into Vincent's Tale. I've heard that that's a decent way to break it up and to keep it digestible. So for those of you who have not watched one of my reactions before, I do it a little bit differently than a lot of other reactors. The way that I tend to do it is I'll try to watch through it the entire way through without commenting and then go back and rewatch. What I found is that I suck at that, and I always make promises. I always say,
I'm not going to pause it. I promise I'm not going to pause it.
And then I pause it. And the reason for that is because I have these thoughts and I have to share them. I have to get them out of my system. I have to share them. So in the spirit of full transparency, I'm going to let you know right now what I'm probably going to end up doing is pausing when I have really important things to say or things that I think are really cool. I will pause it at moments that I feel like it's a natural break in the flow. And I will definitely go back a good 5, 10 seconds, 20 seconds if need be, so that it doesn't interrupt the flow of the story. I know that a lot of you say,
no, you should watch it all the way through. You're going to miss it.
I don't think you understand how my brain works. I, too, am a neurospicy renegade and proud. And what I've learned is that my brain works on like 17 levels, and so I'm not missing anything, I promise. Also, cool thing, I'm wearing a Superman shirt that apparently the yellow, my computer thinks is a green, so I'm transparent.
Weird.
Anyway, let's jump into this. First thing I notice, and you'll see this too, I'm going to shrink myself and move myself, is who do we have here? We have a rabbit. Now, I know, because you guys told me, that this is the logo for the upcoming Slaughterhouse album, which, by the way, I haven't seen the song Slaughterhouse. I feel like I need to go back and watch that as soon as possible. I'm going to do a pop quiz here. I know the answer, but I want you to tell me, what is the name of this bunny logo that is hidden in the background here? Now, I also noticed that in Vincent's Tale Sunflowers, that it also had the bunny for just a second hidden in the static, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, he's here too. I wonder if he's in all of the videos and I've just missed him. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what this is all about. Here we go.
Yes, Baby No Baby with a banger for the weekend. That was Brawl Dog.
I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm already pausing it. I'm sorry, but listen. That's Knox Hill. I'm 99.9999999% sure that that's Knox Hill. And I think it's great that this rapper / reactor that reacted to Ren's stuff, Ren includes him now and calls him a friend and that they hang out and do this stuff. I think that's really cool. I promise you, I will not pause every 2 seconds. So we're 2 days after Christmas. I just wanted to see what his mug said.
All right, we've got a chart-to-chart exclusive now coming in. Some new cat who goes by the name of Ren. This one right here is I don't give 2 fucks. Neither does a virgin.
Starving for some food for thought. I hide away. I'm a student of a melancholy prodigy, catching supernovas falling from the Milky Way.
Is this actually one of his songs, or did he record this little mini song inside of this video for this video? Talk about it in the comments for me, will you?
Is that a human or an angel singing?
So shy away, maybe I get high today. I get stuck.
A man has died after being stabbed last night in the shopping district of London, Paddington. Police say the victim is 29-year-old Edmund Lockidge, the son of Lord Lucian Lockidge, the billionaire founder of Lockidge Incorporated. The company has been at the centre of several recent controversies, though police have stressed there is no indication at this stage that the attack is connected. A 34-year-old man from Shepherd's Bush was arrested at the scene and remains in custody.
Yes, that's right. Just after 9:30 last night, emergency services were called to this pedestrian strip on Praed Street, Paddington. Witnesses describe a heated altercation followed by Mr. Lockidge collapsing from stab wounds. Vincent Gauvin, described by neighbours as quiet and someone who kept to himself, was detained minutes later. Police say they are keeping an open mind on motive, including whether the attack was politically motivated.
In Westminster this afternoon, police and ministers responded to the growing public concern. We take you there now.
At approximately 3:09 this morning, Vincent Gauvin was charged with murder. Our deepest condolences go to the Lockidge family. As this is an ongoing investigation, further comment would be inappropriate.
Would be inappropriate. Sure. First of all, I got to say, I love the actors that he gets are always top tier. That's what I've noticed about these. Also, I like that we're watching this through a TV, so we're disconnected. It would be easy for him to have put this up as a news clip that was literally on TV and that we were just watching it, but we're actually watching it through the eyes of what looked like possibly a security guard or something, and I think that's very interesting. Neat choice.
Ongoing investigation, further comment would be inappropriate.
Will this be treated as an act of extremism?
We're keeping an open mind.
I'm not super familiar with UK law. I know that the Second Amendment and the firearm violence and murder rate in America is insane. I hate that about our country, but I do know that in UK they have some pretty strict firearm laws, and so it's more of a knife violence situation or a stabbing violence situation over there. What is the difference between your run-of-the-mill stabby stabs and an act of extremism? Like when I hear extremism, I'm thinking like terrorism. And the reason that I ask that is because the fact that this kid is a CEO's son, I wonder how that plays in. The fact that she didn't say no. Yeah. Also, very funny that she's like,
Further comment would be inappropriate.
and then they're like,
Hey, is this going to be treated like extremism?
and she's like,
Never say never.
Minister, is this a sign of a wider breakdown in public safety?
What happened last night is not just an attack on an individual, but on the values that underpin our society.
she couldn't seem more disconnected. Like there's no empathy. There's no sincerity in her voice. And I know that that's the actress doing that and that was probably the instructions that she was given, but that's chilling. That's crazy.
Just an attack on an individual, but on the values that underpin our society. The Prime Minister will be reviewing measures to ensure crimes of this nature face the toughest possible response.
Thank you, Minister. Lord Lockidge! There have been some accusations that your company's practices...
My son was murdered. That is the truth. That is the only truth. Attempts to justify or rationalize this crime are beneath contempt. And that is all I have to say on the matter.
Those of you who are familiar with classic rock are familiar with Pink Floyd and their amazing record, The Wall. And my favorite song on that is not Another Brick in the Wall parts 1, 2, or 3. It's actually the song The Trial. And there's the judge actually has a thing in there where he goes,
The evidence before the court is incontrovertible. There's no need for the jury to retire.
That's what this guy reminds me of. He reminds me of the judge from The Trial. I just think that's wild. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Together.
Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Thank you.
In an extraordinary turn, the public have been left completely divided. Some of the population see Vincent as a new age devil, whilst others see him as a modern-day hero, striking a blow against the status quo.
I'm stood outside the courthouse, and although officials have described this as an open and shut case, you can see there's clear public divide between support and condemnation for Vincent Gauvin. Back to you.
Okay, this is kind of interesting. I just realized this. As I watched Vincent's Tales, there's been some kind of debate in my head about who the Vincent van Gogh and Vincent Gauvin, like, I didn't know that was his name until this episode, so that's kind of interesting, this clip. But that Vincent and Vincent van Gogh, if the character himself that plays Vincent van Gogh, the actor, is Vincent Gauvin, and he just kind of relates to Van Gogh or what. But now that you see this painting in the background here of Vincent as like a demon, it looks like Ren. So what that makes me think is maybe that Vincent Gauvin relates to Vincent van Gogh. It's interesting. It's really, really interesting.
With the suspect now formally charged, the question remains, a man's crime or a sign of something deeper in Britain today.
I got to say this. So those who watch The Bedroom, if you haven't seen my reaction to The Bedroom, my kind of breakdown and analysis of that, I'm going to put it up in the corner over there so you can click on it and watch it if you haven't already. But it's clear to me that this room is similar, if not the same room that they recorded The Bedroom in. And the reason I say that is, even though there's no paintings here, right? The bed is very similar. The chair is very similar. Clearly, there's nothing else hanging that looks like the Vincent van Gogh's The Bedroom. But I commented on how the windows kind of look like they have these little hangy bar things that you could unclick and climb out. And then this, whatever the heck this thing is, I noticed that too. So very crazy when you see it from this angle, because you realize just how small that room was, and the fact that they were able to make it look so much bigger. If this is the same room, that's impressive. That's very impressive. All right, let's get back to it, shall we?
Compliance. Life without passion is a world without violence. From the same Lockidge Industries laboratories that brought the world's first medication formulated to heal the global economy, Envian. COMPLYMOR, a new, groundbreaking series of treatments, is here to change the world all over again. Finally, an alternative to the responsibilities faced in modern-day relationships. Throughout history, human minds have been afflicted with absurd delusions, such as individuality and fairness. Are your children starting to develop their own personalities as they grow? Are you tired of waking up every day and having to pretend to listen to other people prattle on about their right to self-expression? But that can all stop with just 2 easy-to-swallow tablets taken before, after, and during every meal.
Side effects include spontaneous ankle jingling, unexpected emotional flash mobs, mild to severe haunted elbow syndrome, involuntary shadow twitching, temporary loss of the ability to pronounce the letter S, sudden memories from lives you definitely didn't live.
Where do I ein? Get it? Because inability to pronounce the letter S. Okay, that was funny and wild. COMPLYMOR.
Good evening and welcome to Britannia Speaks.
Is that Ren? That's Ren.
Where the nation debates the issues that matter most. Tonight, Vincent Gauvin charged with the murder of Edmund Lockridge. Who is he? It's a tragedy that has sparked outrage, division and a national conversation. On our panel tonight, Sir Douglas Kane, former Chief of Police. We have Dr. Aston Tolliday, political scientist. We have Cassie Blae, who is an actress, influencer, and former contestant on the TV dating show Swipe Right Forever. We have Percy Price, Professor of Psychosurgical Medicine at Cambridge University. So, without further ado, let us go to our first question from the audience.
Percy Price. Percy Price.
Thank you. My question is, has Britain lost control of its streets? I work 2 jobs, finish at midnight, and honestly, I can't afford to change my shift, but I don't feel safe. My niece is 14 and won't go out after dark, and all the politicians are just arguing on a Twitter instead of doing, well, anything really. Should we feel safe, or is it over for this country?
Take this one, Sir Douglas.
Yeah, it's quite simple. Britain has gone soft.
Okay, I don't know if you guys realize this, but we just went through the TV. We were watching it on the TV, and now we're in it. We're in the TV. First. Second, this guy is supposed to be the former police chief, right? I feel like it would have been really, really interesting, and maybe it's a missed opportunity that they didn't use the commandant or the police chief or whoever it was that actually talked to our boy Richard. I think that would have been cool. Third of all, that kind of looks, maybe I'm a little crazy, but that kind of looks like Ren back there. That's interesting. Fourth of all, I don't know who this is, but I don't like her already. I hope we don't have to deal with her a lot.
The people in charge of our legal system now have absolutely no backbone. Now, back in my day, they get punished and punished properly. These days, it seems that you get a TikTok account and some sort of documentary on Netflix. And I'm sorry, but you should be afraid. You really should. The people who run this country are afraid to make any decision in case they offend somebody.
Dr. Tolliday.
With all due respect, it's exactly that thinking.
Yes, it comes from somebody who knows about criminals. This structural inequality does nothing. What are you going to tell me next? That road cones have feelings and emotions?
Actually, what we're seeing is the collapse of social support networks, rising poverty, inequality of wealth.
That's absolute rubbish. People aren't being stabbed because of inequality. They're doing it because they can, and we're letting them.
This is the most meta commentary I've ever seen. I get that the whole thing is kind of a spoof. It's all a parody, but holy crap. Wow.
Let me break this up slightly and bring in Cassie here. What would you say?
Well, I think that...
Oh, my God!
I think maybe you're both right. Like, Sir Douglas here thinks we should be hard, but Dr. Tolliday thinks we should be soft and gentle. I personally think it's nice with a mix of hard and gentle.
Okay, why is she even on this little panel here? Is it literally just for the ratings or what? I'm looking through this audience going, do any of these people reflect how I feel? This lady right here, maybe reflects how I feel right now. Like, ugh, why? Is it, maybe it's a commentary on the fact that we give these influencers so much voice and so much sway and so much pull in our country, in the world today. I don't know, but ugh. Also, this lady's looking at the camera. You're not supposed to do that.
Excellent point, Cassie. Yeah, the audience loves it, which brings us to our next question, really. Should Vincent face the harshest punishment, do you think?
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. Let's set an example. Let's be harsh. Let's give him the worst we can do. Let's brand him. Let's publicly humiliate him, whatever needs. We've got to stop people from doing these offences. We've got to make crimes as unappealing as possible.
That's medieval. Every study shows that harsher punishments...
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you there. I'm sorry. This study stopped someone from getting murdered in Paddington last night? No. Now, you can make statistics and anything you want, as long as you want, but it's not going to stop a blade from going into your gut. And
I think this is a huge point here. People are so stubborn and set in their ways that there is no polite political or social discourse anymore. Or there's very little of it, right? We don't listen to each other. We cut each other off. We don't... listening is such a... It's such a lost thing. Like, I think that's part of why my channel's growing pretty decently right now, is because when you guys comment, I read them. Like, literally, I read every single one of them. I comment on all of them. I don't always see all of the replies to my comments because it's kind of hard to find, but I do. And it's because everybody has a voice. Everybody wants to be heard. And we can't grow as a society. We can't change as a society. We can't change our perspective if we're not willing to at least hear that maybe we don't know everything. Just a thought. All right, let's go back to this blowhard.
anything you want, as long as you want, but it's not going to stop a blade from going into your gut, and nor is your PhD.
What works is investment in communities.
Oh, yes, brilliant. So welfare handouts to youth clubs so that some of these thugs can do interpretive dance for their feelings.
It's called therapy.
Called a waste of money.
What do you think, Cassie? What would you say?
Well, I don't even know Vincent, but... If it makes everyone feel safer, I think we should just punish him, right? Like...
Off with his head!
The vibes are what's important.
Again, that goes back to the trial.
Go, Judge. Shit on him.
It's very funny. Off with his head. That's very funny. I'm also curious, why the heck aren't we hearing from Wren, from Dr. Price, right? Percy, I think that was his name. But why aren't we hearing from him? We're giving this airbag plenty of room to talk. It's so much so that I haven't heard a word that she said. I'm actually going to go back and listen to see if there's anything value, but...
If it makes everyone feel safer, I think we should just punish him, right? Like...
Off with his head!
the vibes are what's important here. So if he's gonna bring the bad vibes, I think he should do the time, honey.
Now we've pulled ourselves out of the audience and we're back on the TV again. I don't know if you caught that, but it happened.
About vibes. Yeah. This is about dealing with issues systemic.
Final thought on this.
She was actually about to make a good point, and this host, as they so often do, passes it over. Again, Ren's character over there, Dr. Percy, hasn't said anything. Going back a couple seconds.
No, I'm sorry. This isn't about vibes. Yeah. This is about dealing with issues systemic.
Final thought on this, Sir Douglas.
Final thought. Lock him up, throw away the key.
Yay! All right, well, that brings us to the final question. What does this all mean for the future of Britain?
Well, it means war. It means war. The public are at danger. We've been wrapped in this sort of bubble wrap. I mean, if it was up to me, I would have the soldiers on the streets right now.
The real war is with inequality. Vincent is a symptom, not a cause. If we don't address the root cause...
The root cause is if he'd not picked up a weapon and picked up a job application instead.
Spoken like a truly out-of-touch individual.
Well, I think that we should just be nicer to each other, you know?
I think you should wear a better shirt.
If we just meditated more, this wouldn't happen, that wouldn't happen, and like there was this one time.
His face nails it for me. And again, this goes back to my theory that you can never have a bad Ren face, but look, I'm not knocking meditation. I meditate quite a bit, actually. I've found that it really helps me stay calm and centered and helps me stay objective. But I digress. I like meditation, so I'm not taking away from that, but I am saying that she's saying nothing. Period. And the fact that people are going nuts over it. I know they're scripted to do so, but that seems so accurate, unfortunately.
This wouldn't happen, that wouldn't happen. And like there was this one time where the two guys I was talking to, they found out about each other and it was a right mess. They wanted to have a talk about it. So I just turned my phone off, went to the back garden with a matcha martini and meditated like really hard. And honestly, that solved all of my problems. So
that's not how meditation fucking works.
Of time, so I'm going to say thank you to our panel, but also Professor Price. You've been rather quiet sitting there, made a lot of notes. Do you have any insights to share with us?
Yes.
Slow zoom. Here we go, people.
Yes. You people talk of punishment. Yes. Policy. Poverty. And whatever it is you're talking about, but crime is not a social issue. No. It is a neurological one. It is a matter of circuitry, misfiring impulses, faulty wiring in the prefrontal cortex. You see, we can punish, yes, and punish and punish. Naughty boy. yeah. But nothing ever changes. Right? And why? Because we are disciplining behavior when we could simply repair the machine. You, sir, would you imprison or jail a lamp simply for flickering? No, of course not. It would be preposterous, it would be absurd. You would simply acquire a new bulb. Well, Vincent is a broken lamp. And I have a new light bulb.
Okay, that's freaking terrifying. Okay, bro's about to stand up. I noticed that the reality chick was grinning ear to ear the whole time, like I was, and everybody else looks horrified. I don't know if that says anything about me personally. Maybe it's just the renegade in me, but like, as much as I give static because I hate that character, the reality star character, the fact is that she's clearly a good actor. So there's that. I love his thoughts here. The idea that there is a neurological issue that can be fixed. It sounds like a lobotomy, which is kind of horrifying. And I can't wait to see how that plays into Starry Night. I'm gonna rewind this part. I'm not gonna go through and rewatch this whole thing and do my commentary. I feel like I already have done the commentary well enough, but I am gonna go back and listen to what he has to say because that's so interesting.
Policy, poverty, and whatever it is you're talking about. But
is it just me, or does he have Rowan Atkinson vibes? Like, he reminds me of Mr. Bain. I don't know what it is.
Crime is not a social issue. No. It is a neurological one. It is a matter of circuitry, misfiring impulses, faulty wiring in the prefrontal cortex.
I'll tell you right now, I would go to this dude's lectures.
You see, we can punish, yes, and punish and punish. Naughty boy. yeah. But nothing ever changes, right?
That's true. And there's a whole social argument to be made that, especially here in America, that the reason nothing ever changes is because prison has become a breeding ground for more crime. It teaches criminals how to be better criminals. And there isn't enough reform in prison here in America where you can go and you can get therapy and you can learn to cope. I know that there actually is a program called RDAP that is supposed to be for people who are drug addicts, but actually they don't talk about drugs. They don't do therapy. They teach you how to live. And thank you to Matt Cox for teaching this one, for talking about it. But you know, they teach people how to be productive members of society, essentially, all the things they should have learned originally. That's what RDAP is. I think RDAP should be required for everyone if they are in prison for a term more than a year or two, right? And it takes time off of the sentence if you complete RDAP, which I think is great. But, like, you can't fake your way through it. They've said that anybody who takes RDAP, like, you leave it being reformed, whether you want to or not. And I think that the fact that prison is the way that it is set up, there is no real psychology. I mean, we have a mental health crisis in the entire world, and I think we've always had it to some extent, but now we have words for it. We have vocabulary for it. And, you know, if somebody goes to prison and the only thing they learn is more violence, or they network with people who know how to do what they did better without getting caught, I mean, that's it. They talk about what they're going to do when they get out, and a lot of people will talk about crimes. I don't know. I've never been to prison. I've never been to jail. I'm lucky enough that I just kind of follow the law, but that's what it seems like to me. So I think there is a big issue there. I think for-profit prisons is a huge issue, and I could go on a soapbox for that for decades, but let's listen to Dr. Percy some more. Nothing ever changes. He's right.
And why? Because we are disciplining behavior when we could simply repair the machine. You, sir.
You, sir.
Would you imprison or jail a lamp simply for flickering? No, of course not. It would be preposterous. It would be absurd. You would simply acquire a new bulb. Well, Vincent is a broken lamp.
I don't know who this dude is, but I hope we see him again. This Vincent, okay, he's playing the character, so I suspect we'll see him again. And I will tell you this, when we do, it better be in another tale. Like, he mentioned that he's got 3 more tales coming later this year, or next year in 2027. One of them better be Percy's tale, because that would be awesome.
And I have a new light bulb.
Here's a new light bulb. This guy gets it.
Well, you heard it here first. With that, it is good night from us.
Look, we haven't even had a proper debate.
I'm wondering, I don't want to go through and take the time to do it, but I'm wondering if any of these people that are Thistlethwaite Esquire, Reginald Thistlethwaite Esquire, legal consultant, Penelope Ashford, Lilywin, head writer, makes you wonder. I mean, they're all snooty names. No offense if your name happens to be Thistlethwaite, but I wonder if there's any, like, weird Easter eggs in there.
Time next week. Join us then. Good night.
So that was the first night. I think it's fascinating because he's doing a lot of world building here, and he's hired actors and he's written out amazing scripts, but it's telling a story between a story. And I think it's important after seeing the stuff that came between Jenny and Screech and Violet's tale and then into Vincent's tale. seeing the little shorts that were in there, I think it's very important world building, because I would have enjoyed the songs, but I wouldn't have had the context. I wouldn't have been as invested in the characters as I am seeing these in the first 3 nights here. So what I find really cool about this one is that this first night they're talking about that Vincent has been arrested, and they're having a debate. They're debating whether or not it's a societal issue or a mental issue or something different, something else entirely, a crime and punishment issue. And I think that's really kind of cool because it's very reflective. And of course, you know, with this guy being the son, the victim being the son of a billionaire, it kind of makes me think of a while ago, Luigi Mangioni's situation. And you can Google that if you're not familiar. I'm not really going to get into that, but the CEO of an insurance company was gunned down in New York. And that guy actually went to college in Iowa, where I'm from. So it's like, wow, he has the same degree that I have, which is like, whoa. So, you know, it hits kind of home there. It's a person who has a family, but also, you know, we don't have a great healthcare system. There's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of greed in it. And we were able to see through the little mini commercial there that the company that guy's father was a part of was a pharmaceutical company. So I don't know. I think it's a little sideways, not even sideways, direct jabs from Ren against the health industry, and I find that fascinating. So let's go ahead and move on to night 2. So for the second night, as I understand it, this was a live stream that was done, and they had this little video here playing leading into it. And again, I see that it looks like we're in some kind of a group therapy session here. I don't know what they're going to talk about. I still have the closed captions on, so we'll see if it picks up what they say. But I do find, again, with the jail and the weird little things that you could pop the window open, I don't know. And it actually, look, this window is open. So, I mean, obviously they're not climbing out it, but let's see what they have to say. Let's roll with the second night and see what happens.
Go up.
Yeah.
And this guy is trying to find from the Ice Age, so he thinks that we're a species with amnesia. So he's looking for ancient civilizations. And some of the shit that he finds, like there's a place called Göbekli Tepe as well. Do you know that? Yeah. So there's like things of that, and some of the datings that go way back than what current archaeology says.
Yeah.
You know, and it goes back such
like even like the details on the actual like
you know how everything like lines up in a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, when apparently we had no contact with everyone else in the past.
No way. No, it's like what you mean is like if they have like a building and the building's got like certain types of markings and designs on them.
Okay, this is really weird because I know that nothing Ren does is without purpose, but this feels very improv. Like it feels like they were told to talk about conspiracy theories or something like that, and they're digging into it. This is weird. I don't know how to digest this.
Here, but it'll also be in China.
Yeah, the exact same markings and the same stories as well about like serpents in the sky.
Which is genuinely why I actually do believe in this whole alien thing. I actually am.
Mate, I think aliens. I think they're among us now.
There's
a
whole
like program on that on dragons. Dragons. Yeah. Do you know my theory on dragons? Go on. Dragons are just dinosaurs. And I don't think they spat fire. You know how seagulls, right, their stomachs are so acidic they can eat anything and it disintegrates. So what's stopping a pterodactyl, for example, you know, because you look at T-Rexes, their arms are like this. But you look at a bird, its arms are like this. But the wings will actually decompose, the bones won't. So I was saying a T-Rex, it wasn't like that with big wings that spat acid. Like Komodo dragons, man, can spit acid, you know?
Like the Dilophosaurus that actually did spit acid. It's the spitter, for those of you who have seen Jurassic Park.
So that's the thing. And obviously, if you're depicting that back in the day, like, oh shit, I'm burning, there's fire. Because you don't know back then, because you feel like I'm on fire.
This is what I say about like if you read the Bible, basically. If you read the Bible and look at it from a sci-fi perspective, it all starts.
Ooh, we've shifted. Now we are in prison, clearly. Okay.
That was Scooter McFarlane with Don't Touch My Junk.
That was Scooter McFarland with Don't Touch My Junk. Shout out to Knox Hill. Your voiceover stuff here is sick. Yes, that was Scooter McFarland with Don't Touch My Junk. I do like the way that we phase through the screen, the monitor into this. That's very cool.
The ladies are going wild over that one.
So we went from night one was on December 27th. Now it's August 21st. So this is almost a year later. This is about 9 months later. And the mug has changed too. It's no longer a Christmas mug. It now says mug.
I got a feeling there's going to be some babies made. Now we've got a chart-to-chart exclusive coming in. For the second time now, I'm starting to get hot flashes. Another entry from Ren. Called the CDC. This one is crisis to crisis.
Run from the shame. Have you ever gave your love away?
No, what is he doing? Okay, first off, there's the bunny. I see him. Is that another Ren song? Is that a real song, or was that just something he did for this? Because I need to react to those two songs. I need to find out what those songs are and react to them if they are real. Because the fact that those two specific songs, if they're real songs and not just little snippets that were for this video, if those are real songs, the fact that he chose those two for night one and night two, there could be some significance there. You guys have me like a freaking detective with these things.
Still fucking shit.
See, we've got Swipe Right for Eva, which, if I remember correctly, the Swipe Right was the show that weird influencer chick was on that I couldn't stand.
I'm sick of it. I'm actually done. I can't be in this house any longer with this actual bunch of idiots. How can it possibly be that when me and Johnson are on a date and it's just us, he is the sweetest, kindest, most compassionate man, ticks every fucking box, and the second that we step foot back into this house, he's around all of his mates again, beating on their chests like fucking gorillas, all of that out the window. I just can't believe, like, when Mike's getting super drunk, as he always does, and just being his stuck-up, arrogant, slimy, snaky little self, thinks he's God's fucking gift to women, thinks that just because he has a six-pack, barely, that he's something special. He's not.
I don't have a six-pack, but I got a keg. Dad jokes for days.
And I just know for a fact that every single girl at home is thinking the exact same thing as me. He's disgusting.
But
I'm getting to the point now where I actually wish that I didn't vote off Pigman. Because he might have been a pig, but at least he was a man. Do you know what I mean?
So Lockidge is apparently not just in Ren's world here, Lockidge is not just a pharmaceutical company, it's also an entertainment company. So it's a conglomerate, a multinational conglomerate.
Coming up.
Is that JP? Young, dumb, and full of sun.
Sorry, it's the
Now we get to see him. I love that.
travel gives me nose issues. Fly on over to the UK, they said, Hank Hankerson. Come do the news for us. Great job. You want to go out for a drink? Sure. Come drink our lukewarm pints. What is this? Tea? Please. Coffee bitches on that. Hey, how you doing? This is our co-employee, Susan. Hi, Susan. Nice to meet you. Wake up the next day after blacking out. Hi again, Susan. Nice to meet you. What you doing in my shower? Want to say hi on FaceTime to my wife? No, okay. Thank God I signed a prenup. Over to Hugh Moss for today's weather.
I feel like he's having a rough time at the UK job.
Trying to kill some time here because I honestly am seeing two of what's going on the teleprompter, and there's just a green screen behind me, so I have no idea whether the weather is weathering, but I know that there was snow flowing last night, if you catch my drift. You bastard. Anyway, I will pass you over to the floozy with the newsies. Susan from the news.
Floozy with the news is Susie.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much.
Your social media company, Soulfeed, has been under a lot of public scrutiny recently. I assume you've heard of the accusations that the platform has been censoring the name Vincent Gauvin and limiting posts from users.
Look,
Sarah, listen. The answer is actually surprisingly simple. I mean, we couldn't believe it when we found out. It was possums.
Possums?
I distinctly remember something a few months ago, or maybe a year ago. I want to say it was Facebook, and they had something, or maybe it was X, but it was essentially censoring, maybe it was Luigi Mangione, but it was censoring something major, and the excuse was that some kind of vermin were chewing through wires in server rooms. I love how topical and timely Ren's parody here is. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It was possums.
Possums?
Migrating ones. You see, in our server rooms, we have an incredibly complex network of cables, everyone attributed to each citizen of the United Kingdom. And last night, a herd of possums snuck in, and the cable associated with Vincent Gauvin chewed right through it. What are the chances this week? Guys, this is one of the most haunted car parks in Britain. You can feel the presence. I definitely felt different vibes coming from over here. Oh, crikey.
Do the ghost emoji if you would totally watch Ren and anybody that he's ever collabed with do ghost hunting. I'm not gonna lie, I would.
We're getting a six. A 6 on the spirit meter.
6. What does it go up to?
4. If there are any ghostly presences among us, please make yourself known. Please. Wait. I'm going to attempt to make contact with the spirit realm. Okay. Gotta be very careful. Okay. Ghost. If you can hear me, please make 3 knocks.
1, 2, 3, 4. You know what's funny is if you've ever watched any of the ghost hunting stuff, it's a lot like this. This is a great parody. All you need now is some cat balls.
Wait, was that 4?
It was 4.
Ghost, if you can hear me, please make 3 knocking sounds.
Oh, so yeah, that's definitely 4.
Oh, it's probably not a ghost.
Can't count.
Oh. Holy hand balloons. The spirit on there is literally going crazy right now. It's all over the place. I'm getting 4s, 5s. Wait, I'm getting a very strong reading. Wait, hold.
It's coming through really loud.
I'm getting an 18. I've never seen an 18 before. Josh, I think he might be a ghost.
What?
I think he might be dead. Wait, guys, cut the camera.
I'm scared.
Gains, incredible gains. How's it going? Wait, don't even bother asking. You already know. Gareth Gaines, a.k.a. the pre-workout assassin, a.k.a. Lord of the Lats. And you already know the score. Let's get ripped to the core, baby. Let's go.
The funny thing is Ren actually is pretty ripped. Like he's pretty tough. And part of me feels like this is actually where he exercises. And he was exercising one day and was like, you know what, I'm going to film some goofy content. And then decided, you know what, let's put this in the lead up, the live stream lead up to Starry Night. It feels that way. Maybe I'm wrong.
Lads, listen, I am operating on 0 calories, 10 grams to the decimal place of creatine monohydrates, and 6,000 grams of caffeine right now. I can practically see sound. If you want to be hench, hit the bench. Bars for days, lads. Let's go. Manifest. That's law of attraction 101. If you think hard enough, your glutes will grow. That's quantum booty mechanics. Simple.
It was a night like any other night. You see that cat right there?
That's Chris Webby, I think. Let me know if I'm wrong, but that looks like Chris Webby, and the only reason I know that is because I've been watching the impatient stuff. And if you haven't seen my videos on that, go back and watch them, because I really dug into those. This is great.
It was a night like any other night. You see that cat right there? That's Timmy Two Knuckles. And he didn't get his name from fighting. He got his hand stuck inside a panini press down on 5th Avenue. But here's the thing about Timmy Two Knuckles. He was a stone-cold son of a bitch.
You think that's funny?
The possums. Guys, neurodivergent. So he was doing Easter eggs. Holy guys. I haven't seen Neurodivergent, but I know that that's in it. I've heard the song repeatedly because I bought the album, but I haven't seen the video. But I remember seeing something about a chalkboard with Neurodivergent on it. That means he is putting Easter eggs now for stuff that won't drop for... Oh. Sick. Palanchar. Oh, that didn't go well. She's jumping. She's all excited about it.
I'm told the jury and public are now being asked to take their seats in the courtroom, and the judge will soon be asking for opening statements. Stand by whilst we wait. The case of the Crown versus Vincent is about to begin.
Where does he get all these extras? I'm sorry, I'm in it. I'm invested. You can see in my face I'm invested, right? But like, where does he get all these extras? Does he just like put out a call and say, hey, if there's any renegades that want to be in a video, show up here, right? I feel like that would make hundreds of thousands of people show up. Kind of like Slipknot. You guys know I'm an old school metalhead. Slipknot is from Des Moines, Iowa. Again, Iowa, that's 2 Iowa references in one video. Anyway, they famously, their fans are called maggots, and they famously have put out calls for maggots to show up for the album Iowa, I think, for that video, and they just showed up in droves and just tore a place apart while they were, because that was part of the music video. But I'm wondering if Ren does that too. Again, I'm from America, so I'm not as familiar with the UK, with their judicial system. Do they actually wear powdered wigs, or is that him, like, poking fun? I kind of need to know this. So if I know I've got people from the UK that watch my videos. You got to let me know if that's actually a real thing and why.
Be seated.
I already am.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what you see before you is not a man consumed by rage or madness. You see an animal, a predator, a man bitter with his own circumstance but unable to take responsibility, who took no consideration for anyone around him and destroyed a life. Vincent Gauvin shows no remorse, no grief, not even the pretense of sorrow for the heinous act he committed. As for Edmund Lockridge, a promising, hard-working young man, the son of Lord Lucian Lockridge, heir to the Lockridge estate, who gave so much to this country. His reward was to bleed to death on a London pavement. The punishment must fit the crime, not only as justice for Edmund, but protection for all of us.
Not a bad opening statement.
Members of the jury, my client is not a monster. He is a man who worked hard and was compensated barely enough to keep his head above water. He lived quietly, respectfully, faded into the background, like working class people are so often asked to do. Don't complain, don't cause trouble, keep going. What happened that night was not calculated. It was not targeted. It was not political. It was a combination of too much alcohol and clumsy behaviour, a moment born not from hatred, but from exhaustion, the kind that builds after years of being overlooked, underpaid, and ground down by a system that says your life is your fault, whilst offering nothing to help you change it.
Get to the point, Miss Hall.
Yes, Your Honour. Mr. Gauvin is under immense stress. Isolation, debt, drink, all of which severely impacted his judgment and mental health.
Excuses.
Explanations. Context matters.
Order. Keep it relevant.
Vincent, if you could tell the court how you feel, anything, please.
Bro looks like a deer in the headlights. Like, you would think that his lawyer would have prepared him for this moment.
Heartless bastard!
Phone's for you.
Hello, love. Yeah. No, just get a Chinese. That's all right, man. Sausage and mash should be fine. All right then. I'll see you later. Bye.
You were working at the Druid's Head that night.
Yeah. Came in just before closing, ordered a pint, sat down, kept on drinking. Quiet, polite, nothing odd at first.
What made you remember him?
He came in a lot, almost every day after work. Just sitting there, not really saying much, not much of a chatter. Had a feeling he was a bit of a wrong un.
To your knowledge, did he know the victim?
Not from what I could tell. He didn't talk to anyone. But he looked like a man who had his mind made up.
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Wait a minute. That objection was sustained. That means maybe, just maybe, the judge isn't completely biased.
I seen him nick that poor guy's guitar, the homeless guy. He grabbed it right out of his hand.
Yeah, he did.
Imagine stealing from the homeless. Like, how evil do you have to be? I could sense it on him.
Objection. Sensing evil is no grounds for prosecution.
But I could sense it on him. I could smell it in the air. I could smell the evil.
Enough.
That's because I farted.
The jury will retire in due course. For now, this court is adjourned.
Fucking punk. Give me your arms. Oh.
Already guilty in the court of public opinion. That's a very haunting image, by the way. So it appears our boy Vincent had his day in court. It did not go very well, in my opinion. And it almost was like he didn't have a chance at all. And I think that's a commentary on how the court of public opinion often rules the day. You know, again, I'm not familiar with the UK judicial system, but I know that in America it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And it doesn't seem like that was necessarily the case for our boy Vincent here. Did he kill the guy? Yeah, absolutely. But I think his lawyer did lay out kind of the motive behind it, that it wasn't just like a premeditated murder. But you know, the judge was like really on her to wrap it up, right? And the other person could have talked as much as they wanted, the prosecution, and I think that's kind of lame. Not just lame. That's like wrong, but that's a lot of times how it is. You know, this is good. This is really good. So I know that there is a night 3. I've been told that watching that right before going into Vincent's tale is a really good idea. I'm sorry, before I should. I've been told that watching that before going into Starry Night is a really good idea. So that's what I'll be doing. I am going to watch that and react to that next. I hope that you enjoyed this. What were your thoughts when you saw all of this for the first time? Or is this your first time seeing it? If it is, I'm sorry, you should go watch it completely unfiltered without Steve's thoughts. There's down in the description thing, you'll see it. If you like this stuff, subscribe. I go into this in-depth deep dive stuff. I try to add a little bit of humor in my insights and my thoughts, and these reactions are always pretty raw. If you find that you are a neurospicy renegade and you're proud of it, I do have some merch. It's new stuff, and a lot of the design was actually thanks to you guys. I have a few Steves from around the world that watch, and I've decided that all of you are my honorary Steves. So I do have honorary Steve shirts available and all kinds of stuff. If you don't buy it, that's cool, but you should check it out. I think you might like it. It's kind of cool. I like it. I'm going to buy some, and it's my merch, so I don't even have to, but I'm gonna. Thanks again. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and until next time, don't break the law. Take care of yourself and each other.